Today we're going to talk about the hazards of painting. It might seem straightforward, but when we're painting fabricated steel, whether it's priming, touching up, or finish coats, we introduce significant hazards into our shop environment. Primarily, these are vapors and fumes, hazardous air contaminants from solvents and paint, fire and explosion, flammable liquids and vapors, skin and eye contact, chemical burns or irritation. Our goal is to ensure this task is something we do safely to protect our lungs, our skin, and the entire facility. First, let's talk about ventilation and respiratory protection. The hazard is that many industrial paints and solvents contain VOCs, volatile organic compounds, that can cause dizziness, headaches, or even long-term respiratory damage if you inhale them. The fix for that is engineering controls, first of all. We must always ensure the exhaust and ventilation system is fully functional and running when painting. If we have a designated spray booth, then we can use that. Respiratory protection, depending on the paint safety data sheet and the air monitoring results, you may need a respirator. Always check the SDS for the specific paint that you're using. If it's required, use an approved cartridge respirator, typically an organic vapor cartridge or supplied air. No one uses a respirator unless they're fit tested, medically cleared, and trained in its proper use, maintenance, and storage. Then there is the matter of air monitoring. If we are painting in a confined or poorly ventilated area, we need to perform air monitoring before and during the work to confirm vapor levels are below the permissible exposure levels. Then fire prevention and flammability. The hazard is most industrial paints and thinners are highly flammable, and their vapors are heavier than air, meaning they can travel across the floor to an ignition source like a grinder spark or a pilot light and then flash back. The fix for that is controlled ignition sources. Absolutely no hot work, welding, grinding, or cutting should be occurring near an active painting operation. This includes the surrounding area where vapors could accumulate. Then grounding and bonding. If transferring large quantities of flammable liquids, ensure the containers are properly grounded and bonded to prevent static electricity buildup that could cause a spark. Then proper storage. Keep paint and solvents only in approved, labeled, and tightly sealed containers. Store the minimum amount necessary in the work area and return the rest to the designated fire-rated storage cabinet. Then the spill response. Have the proper spill kit materials readily available and know the procedure for cleaning up a flammable liquid spill immediately. Then personal protective equipment. The hazard is direct contact with paints and solvents can cause severe skin irritation, dermatitis, or be absorbed through the skin. The fix for that is, with regard to your eyes, always wear approved safety glasses or goggles, depending on the risk of splash. Then your hands, wear chemical resistant gloves appropriate for the solvent being used. Nitrile is often suitable, but check the SDS for the specific material you're using. Standard leather or cloth gloves are not adequate. Then your body, wear appropriate protective clothing such as coveralls to prevent skin contact. And then maintenance, inspect all PPE before use. Discard gloves if they're torn or if they're degraded. Then housekeeping and waste disposal. Rags soaked with paint, solvent, or oil pose a spontaneous combustion risk. Immediately place all used solvent-soaked rags into an approved self-closing metal oily waste container. Never leave them lying on a bench, in your pocket, or in a regular trash can. Empty the containers. Ensure partially used or empty paint cans are sealed and disposed of as hazardous waste through the proper channels. Painting safety is about controlling three main hazards: breathing protection, fire prevention, and skin contact protection. Remember, if you're unsure about the required PPE, the ventilation, or the proximity of hot work, stop work and ask your supervisor. Your safety and the safety of the facility depend on it.